Technology is used to make life easier and to make it move faster. In a manufacturing plant, you might find sophisticated robots swinging their arms to perform physical tasks. In a library, you might use a powerful computer to locate some information, or to produce it yourself in seconds. But technology can also make life more enjoyable, whether you're enjoying a ride on a roller coaster or you're in your home listening to the stereo. Maybe you'd be interested in developing your career in technology. If you have some technical ability, you're good at problem solving, and you think you would enjoy working in a technical environment, there may be a career for you in this ever-expanding industry. Consider becoming an installation technician, inventory coordinator, sales representative, electronics technician.
We service only what we sell, and believe me, we've sold a lot of units over the years, a lot of equipment. 410 CX, it's a CD player.
Boris Kaczynski is an electronics technician for Audio Consultants, a company of retail stores that specialize in high-quality audio and video equipment. If you walked in here, the sales staff would give you an education and a sound experience. They tell you everything you'd like to know about any of their products, from the finest CD players to a home entertainment system. But behind the sounds and scenes, the in-house service department makes sure that the products always perform.
We sell, we service, and install. It's got a lot to do with just keeping the customer happy. Electronic service technician pretty much services equipment that is bought by a consumer. I work on amplifiers, receivers, CD players, tape decks, turntables.
Before applying for the position as a technician, Boris took a 2-year course at a technical school and received an associate's degree as an ET, or electronics technician.
We learned basics as far as analog circuits, digital circuits, controls, and then we went into digital circuits as far as computers go, microprocessors. So we touched up upon pretty much everything.
To do his job effectively, Boris has had to familiarize himself with a wide range of audio and video equipment. He regularly studies the products and the product manuals. He reads schematics, or diagrams, of the electronic equipment to understand the product designs.
I think the most challenging thing here was acquainting myself with this stuff, actually starting to work on it and understanding how it works and doing it right. The unit has to abide by certain specifications, by certain parameters. It's got to work the way it was built. Reading a schematic is the most important thing in electronics. You have to know how to do it. You have to trace the circuits. You have to know where the signal goes, where the voltage goes.
Sometimes it's not so easy to trace the technology. Sometimes customers bring in equipment that was purchased so long ago that Boris doesn't have access to the repair information. When that happens, Boris applies his problem-solving skills, and he relies on past experience to restore the equipment to good working order.
The biggest satisfaction that I get from my job is the challenge, as well as the great feeling I get when I get something done that I've been mulling over for such a long time and I just couldn't figure out, and finally I figured it out.
As you might expect, repairing complicated electronics equipment also requires a thorough understanding of electronics theory. His knowledge of electricity is particularly helpful when he is using technical tools.
You have to know how to measure. You have to know how to use the instrumentation. A multimeter measures voltage, amps, as well as resistance and continuity in the circuit. A scope measures the timing, frequency of a signal, and it also measures voltage in a circuit.
The tools provide only part of the information Boris needs. The rest he must figure out using mathematic skills. For every service order, Boris records the total repair time, the parts he needs, and estimates and charges for the work.
I have to fill out service tickets. I have to write up what I did to the unit. What needs to be done, I have to write up estimates.
Boris is highly motivated. He tries to learn as much as he can about the electronics industry. Audio Consultants gives him the opportunity to learn more from other areas of the service department.
I go out on installations sometimes. I assist some of our installers installing home equipment that we lay wires through the house, fish wires through different openings in order to hide the wires so the system would look like it was born in the house.
Boris could continue to explore the installation, design, and services, and advance within the outside services department. David Baldwin is an outside service manager.
I run our installation department, and our installation department takes care of installing new stereos as well as in-home service of old stereos. If someone has a problem, we go out, find out what the problem is.
I spoke with the customer yesterday, and he would like to have a local source in there as well.
David's also in charge of hiring the employees that will have customer contact, such as salespeople and installers. For these employees, strong people skills and a good attitude are very important. Most of their training takes place on the job.
Be willing to be trained and be willing to take some direction from other people, because, you know, when we look for someone who's interested and looks as though they're willing and able to learn and willing to make some effort.
Interest, training, learning, effort. This is a winning combination for anyone who would like to develop a strong career. Boris has that combination of talent and motivation to achieve more. He can either advance to outside services or advance within his own department, the in-house services. Dave Goldman is an inside service manager for Audio Consultants. Dave is Boris's supervisor. Dave runs the service department, schedules repairs, orders parts, and handles customer relations. He also regularly provides the technicians with updated information on new products or technology.
I deal with the manufacturers a lot on service-related matters. If there are technical bulletins that our technicians need to be made aware of, I let them know, distribute those, talk to them about it, and then I delegate the work. The technicians, to some extent, are specialized. So I make sure that in order to move things through here more quickly, that the right technician gets the right piece of equipment.
Dave is also in charge of hiring the electronics technicians. Here's what he looks for when he's hiring.
The first interview I have with the technician is making sure that they're reliable, they're honest, that they have a good working history. For a position like this, they do have to have some sort of technical education or background.
That education or background may come from high school courses, a technical school program, or a combination of the two. It's not how much education applicants have had that matters, but rather how they can use that education.
The first step is probably just an understanding of basic physics, how circuits work and how mechanical equipment operates. They have to know how to read the schematic diagram so they know how the unit works. Basic math is essential.
The electronics industry is constantly growing and changing. So Dave and his employees have to keep up with the latest technology in order to provide the best service.
Things are becoming very specialized. Computer repair is very big now and getting bigger. Things like fax machines, printers, copier machines, maybe a different operating system, but you need the same basic skills to repair them.
To develop the basic skills, you can take courses in mathematics, physics, electronics, and drafting. You might also take some advanced courses offered at a technical school or college. But if you'd rather leave the differences between a woofer and a tweeter to someone else, if electronics and technology don't capture your attention, you can bet there's a career that will. The Enter Here series features careers in other industries so that you can see and hear about exactly that career that interests you. Get started now.